I can't believe that Popeye the Sailor Man is officially 90 years old for this year. I understood that this fictional character, who originally made his debut on January 17th, 1929, in a Daily King Features comic strip titled Thimble Theatre, this iconic character made his debut when it comes to Max Fleischer adapting the Thimble Theatre characters into a series of Popeye the Sailor animated episodes for Paramount Pictures. Even though this served as a spin-off for Betty Boop, because I know that Betty Boop originally made her debut a year after Popeye's debut in 1929. But I understood that ever since Popeye made his debut in a crossover episode called Popeye the Sailor Meets with Betty Boop. The idea of Popeye confronting Betty Boop was quite interesting, as I expected. As I know, in the first episode of that said episode, Popeye, who has become a movie star, zooms in on illustration of himself, has come to life as Popeye, voiced by Billy Costello, where he sings about his prowess. Whenever he sings as a song, I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. However, he's put to the task by his nemesis, Bluto, voiced by William Pennell, in what the two sailors battle for the affections of olive oil, voiced by Bonnie Poe. But Popeye takes olive oil to a carnival and pays the peacock £10. But Bluto blows off all the feathers, but they both play a showdown of two games, the high striker and African dodger. But Popeye keeps winning both times as he watches Betty Boop do the hula. But Popeye jumps on stage and wraps the beard around his waist for a grass skirt and dances with Betty where he mimics the movements. But Popeye gets bitten by a snake where he uses a pipe to tranquilize it. But Bluto kidnaps olive oil and ties her to a railroad track, using the track itself as ropes in order to cause a train wreck to kill Olive. When the train is approaching, Popeye fights Bluto. But as Popeye was about to lose control of his powers, he decides to eat a can of spinach, and then he punches Bluto, causing him to get trapped in an old coffin. Popeye then punches the approaching engine on his barraging car and coaches in the face and wrecks a whole train in a crushing hole in what he spares Olive's life because of the can of spinach that he ate made him become more powerful than he expected. As I know, Popeye is depicted as an anti-Mickey, although Mickey Mouse is the mascot of an evil corporation that we know of, which is Disney. That applies to Bugs Bunny for Warner Brothers. Popeye is this to Paramount, and most notably, Warner and Columbia when it comes to the Saturday morning cartoon rights and that unproduced animated movie by Columbia Pictures, with the help of Sony Pictures Animation. As I know, the success of that episode led to the episode being so amazing that it received critically strong acclaim. It managed to be the first ever Paramount cartoon episode ever made. Even though Popeye had spent his whole life battling Bluto whenever he goes. Even though whenever Popeye eats spinach, he eats it to activate his powers whenever he beats up Bluto and whenever he rescues people. Yeah, Popeye is your standard superhero to believe with. He always have olive oil to flirt with, like most superheroes can have love interests. As I know, Popeye's legacy has left us a legacy like no other. As I know that he's kinda awesome to be around, we'd see him in a live action movie starring Robin Williams and Shirley Duvall, as well as Popeye gaining his Saturday morning cartoon series, as well as a spin-off series called Popeye Jr. And most notably, we did get Popeye's Treasure Hunt as some sort of direct sequel to the all-new Popeye cartoon show. As I know, Popeye also made a CGI animated movie appearance in a 2004 movie called Popeye's Voyage The Quest for Popeye, which was a computer animated Christmas television series that was released in 2004. As I noticed that this is how Popeye would pretty much never see the light of day to like many decades, since Mainframe Entertainment got a really good job doing it. It was originally going to be a claymation feature by Will Vinton, but Vinton lost his studio due to some problematic reasons in 2002. Even though it was picked up by Mainframe Entertainment, Billy West was best known for playing Murphy in Rayman 3 and Philip J. Fry in Futurama, lending his voice to Popeye, which is pretty unique for a cartoon series. Although after E.C. Sega died, I noticed that what Popeye was actually based on. I know who was based on Popeye. What was based on Popeye? All against that what Popeye was based on was Frank Rocky Figo, who was born in Poland in 1868, was a child who immigrated to the USA with his parents. Although he settled down in a small town in Illinois, Rocky went to sea throughout his whole life. Although he passed away in 1947, he served as the main inspiration for Popeye. But just because Mickey and Bugs were rivals, Popeye is not without his own rival, Woody Woodpecker, who debuted probably a decade after Popeye. I probably think that Popeye and Woody Woodpecker are both siblings. Well, not really, they're not siblings, but they're both rivals who have always fought each other. Since Universal and Paramount have always fought each other like tooth and nail, and when it comes to the tooth and the nail being mixed together, I probably understand what could imagine. You don't need Mickey Mouse to annoy you, or Felix the Cat to waste your whole time with his bag. Well, you don't. I probably understand why. I knew something was going to think about it happen. Yeah, speaking of the craziness of what I can imagine about the whole series, I understood I should give Popeye, despite being my all-time favorite cartoon series, I'd say I'd give it the perfect number. I'd say I'd give it a 10 out of 10 for being a spectacularly great cartoon for me to watch. Yeah. Is that really all I can say about this? Because I'm going to have my announcements right now.